And I would like to invite the last speaker, is Otshepeng Mabuse. I think I'm pronounced it correct. She's going to present the Africa HPC now. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Otshepeng Mabuse and I am a senior cloud engineer at the Center for High Performance Computing in South Africa. Today I will be sharing a little bit about how we are approaching digital infrastructure in South Africa through two closely very related initiatives, and that is the development of sovereign cloud platforms and the development of the people who will build and operate these platforms. And while this talk will focus a lot on our cloud journey, I want to also share how human capital development plays a very unique and a very crucial role in ensuring that these platforms remain sustainable for the future. I think to understand our cloud journey, it's useful to first understand the broader ecosystem. The CHPC forms part of the National Integrated Cyber Infrastructure, and that is known as NICI. So NICI consists of three complementary pillars, and they are SANRIN, which provides network, DIRISA, which provides data services, and the CHPC, which is the main focus for today, which provides compute services. And together, these pillars support South Africa's research and innovation ecosystem by providing the digital infrastructure needed for modern scientific research. At the CHPC specifically, we support researchers across South Africa, the broader SADC region, and SKA partners. I think many of you here may know CHPC primarily as South Africa's national supercomputing facility. Our supercomputer, Lingau, used to be in the top 500, but unfortunately it's not there anymore. But we are working on deploying a 4 petaflop system in the future, so that's exciting. Our mandate, however, extends beyond traditional HPC infrastructure. We basically support researchers running simulations, AI workloads, data-intensive applications, and increasingly cloud-native workloads. And NICI also provides cloud computing services through OpenStack-based cloud platforms, while my own work as a cloud engineer focuses on the development and evolution of our localized cloud platform environment. Sorry, the slide is a little bit ahead. I don't know how to return it back, but I'll fix that. So in my role as a cloud engineer, I basically work on the development of sovereign cloud capabilities using open source technology such as OpenStack, Ceph, Ansible, Bifrost for provisioning bare metal machines. And what we're basically seeing is an increasing convergence between traditional HPC environments and cloud platforms. And we realize that researchers no longer think in terms of HPC versus cloud, and they simply just need access to the right compute resources and that are basically suitable for their workloads. And so when discussing cloud adoption, especially in the context of South Africa, we have a growing ecosystem of hypervisors and managed providers and public cloud offerings. However, there are unique considerations depending on the user community. For the private sector, for example, there are concerns that include business continuity, vendor support, and cost optimization. When we come to the public sector, there are issues such as national security, data sovereignty, and service continuity becoming increasingly important. And so for academia and research, considerations often revolve around access, cost, data locality, and autonomy. And these requirements ultimately influence the direction of our localized cloud platform initiative at CHPC. Cloud sovereignty is often discussed in terms of where the data resides. However, from our point of view, sovereignty is more broader than that. We believe it includes control over data, it includes control over infrastructure, and maybe most importantly, it includes control over the skills that are required to operate that infrastructure. And many organizations rely heavily on foreign cloud providers, foreign support models, and foreign technology decisions. And while those platforms provide tremendous value, we believe there's also an important role for locally operated and locally supported cloud infrastructure. So one of our observations from our experience is that South Africa has a strong ecosystem of cloud consumers, but relatively few organizations building cloud infrastructure themselves. And we know that the technology is available. We know that open source platforms are available, hardware is available, and yet there still remains a huge gap in local infrastructure capabilities and local cloud platform development. And this is one of the reasons that Nikki's or CHPC embarked on the localized cloud platform journey. And our cloud journey has evolved for over a decade. And over the years, Nikki's has explored multiple cloud technologies and deployment models, ultimately converging on OpenStack as the strategic foundation for our cloud services. And today, in my role, my work primarily focuses on the development and quality assurance cloud environment, and where we basically evaluate new capabilities, integrate emerging technologies, and we build the internal capabilities required to operate cloud platforms independently. And these environments play a very important role in the evolution of our localized cloud platform initiative, because they allow us to experiment and to learn and operationalize new features before they are introduced into production environments. They are not projects with beginnings or endings. They require long-term ownership, operational maturity, and continuous skills development. And perhaps most importantly, they require organizations to actually maybe develop the internal capability that is needed to understand and drive the technology themselves. And as we've developed our localized cloud platform over the years, one of the lessons that have become increasingly clear is that, like I said before, technology is really the limiting factor, because open source tools and software like OpenStack exist. We have automation tools, we have Ansible, the hardware exists. The real challenge is developing and retaining the skills to design, to build and operate and continuously evolve these platforms. And when we talk about sovereign digital infrastructure, I think we often focus on the technology itself, the hardware, the servers, but sovereign infrastructure is not just that, and it is just also developing the people who can build and operate and sustain those platforms. And that brings me to one of our flagship human capital development initiatives at the CHPC, which is the student cluster competition.
Sorry. It's over.
Okay. I won't go much into the student cluster competition due to time, but what I wanted to share is that as I conclude, sovereignty is not only about where infrastructure is deployed, it's about having the capability to design, operate, and evolve that infrastructure. And through programs like the Student Cluster Competition, I think we are investing a lot in developing those skills locally within our country, so we can have those people who are able to build and maintain and operate those platforms. And myself, when I was a student, I took part in the Student Cluster Competition, and today I stand here working for the CHPC and contributing to this field, and I'm very proud of that. And yeah, I think sovereignty also should be focused more on the skills to maintain these platforms. Thank you.
So, thank you very much for the presentation. We have no time left for questions.